It is us, the Reddit Randos podcast.
Yes.
So, hi guys, it's your host Rebecca for the Reddit Randos podcast, and today I have with me again, you know him, my wonderful co-host and better half, Justin.
Hello.
He is joining us again for another recording. Because, he kind of lives with me, so it's kind of easy. So when things are happening and people are busy, I always have my backup, and my backup is my partner. So partner in crime and life.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving just passed, so I hope everyone, especially in the U.S., since that's the holiday for the U.S., had a wonderful Thanksgiving and time with family and talking about politics and wonderful things that we fight over all the time. No, it's okay. I'm hoping everyone put those aside and just got together and talked about how wonderful it is to be together and a blessing to have family in our life and friends, because there are Friendsgiving, so I think that's awesome too. So should we just get into it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our first story is, it was originally on Am I the A-Hole, but it got taken down. I'm not sure why, but this was from 5 months ago. And the story that I have is on the people from Reddit on Wiki had posted on their site, which, thank goodness. But it is called, Am I the A-Hole for not letting my niece near my daughter's cake?
Cake. Is it cake?
Is it cake?
Was it cake?
Why? We need context.
Depends.
So,
If it's a nasty cake, then no.
yeah.
No one likes nasty.
I mean, if it is someone else's cake, then yeah, steer everyone away from it. Okay, let's get into it. So my 26 female, husband's 30 male family is really the only family we have. We celebrate holidays and birthdays with only them. My niece, almost 3, is his sister's daughter. She was the first grandchild until my daughter came along, who just turned 1. Ooh, this is the first birthday, probably. Big deal. Okay, last week was my daughter's birthday, and I refused to let my niece near the cake. For context, my niece is the center of attention at every event. On Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Easter, and every other holiday, she makes everyone sing happy birthday to her whenever it is time for dessert. I guess it's a little cute, but it might get old pretty fast if it's every holiday.
Just don't see them for every holiday.
Oh my word. Okay, even on other people's birthdays, she has to sit in their lap while everyone sings to her, using her name instead of the actual birthday person's. She also insists on blowing out the candles. Okay, I take a no on that. You don't want another 3-year-old spit on your cake. You just want your own spit so everyone can have that.
Yeah, it's not too hard to say no.
I mean, she's 3. You can tell her no. And yes, do they throw fits? Yes, but everyone expects that to happen every once in a while with a 3-year-old.
Put them on a leash.
Have her pull on it. Yep. Nope, sweetie.
Bad
Nope,
girl, bad
not
girl.
your
Stay
turn.
down. No.
I do not want to teach my daughter to behave that way towards others, so I do not want others doing it to her. Yes, I judge silently in my head, but I have never said anything to my niece or her mom. At my daughter's birthday, when it was time for the cake, I was sitting with her in my lap, and my niece confidently came over to take her usual place in front of the cake. I had already told my husband not to let her do that because I wanted our daughter to have her moment, and we wanted photos and videos too. So my husband picked her up, brought her back to her mom, and said she was not going near the cake. My niece started screaming and would not let anyone sing. And would not? I'm sorry, who let the 3-year-old be in control?
There's always duct tape.
Sorry, you got me off guard there. Okay. So wouldn't let anyone sing. She was wailing and crying. Everyone was telling us just to let her stand in front of the cake or blow out the candles. Oh no, now everyone is enabling her. That's just awful. Like they're all letting her just do it so she can stop throwing a tantrum. That's wrong. That's wrong, people. They kept asking what the big deal was, but we refused. Eventually, my mother-in-law took my niece outside so we could sing happy birthday and get it over with. Now, everyone in the family says we were being ridiculous and that it was not that serious. And yes, I agree, it is not a huge deal. I do not care how my sister-in-law chooses to parent, but in this situation, I felt that letting my niece take over would go against my parenting values. Growing up, I remember other kids blowing out my candles, and honestly, it made me feel like my day was not really mine. Maybe that sounds silly, but I want my daughter to feel like her moments are truly special and just for her. I know she is only one, but I think it is good to start early and set the tone for future birthdays. I mean, it's not even for her daughter. It's for the niece. The niece needs to be stood up. So no, I do not regret my decision, but am I the a-hole?
No, I think the other parents are stupid.
Yeah, no, honestly, I do. I think they're all enabling. You can tell she's the first grandchild. They are spoiling her rotten. It's not just everyone around her that is spoiling her. It's her parents. Her own parents are letting this just happen. And now that she's 3, I mean, I get it. She's not that old yet. But even at 3, your child is already expecting for this to happen. So it's going to be harder to now stop it and make her realize that this is not the right way, that we should be sharing these experiences with others, that it's not always the attention on you, it's on others. You know, I don't, in the beginning when it was cute, probably, where she would just want everyone to sing happy birthday to her, fine. But now she's so confident that it's just going to happen. And when it doesn't, she throws a fit. And we try, a parent, you should just realize that a fit is always going to happen. And even if it's for the best for that child. So you really should everyone should just be okay with it, because you need to let the fits happen to make her realize what is right and wrong. So if it's to keep her from doing something that needs to be done, that needs to be stopped, then let it happen. Take her out of the room. I've had too many times take my child out of a family event that we were in, that we were trying to be around. I had a child throw a fit, and I had to remove them from the situation and calm them down and just really go over the situation, say, nope, we're not doing that. Nope, that's not yours. That's someone else's. That's just how it is. So honestly, I just say everyone's is being bad on the parenting part, except for OP and her husband. That's really good that you're stepping up and just saying, nope, niece, sorry, you can't be near the cake. This is your cousin's turn.
Soft parents.
Honestly, everyone is, you can definitely tell this is the first grandchild. And it's so funny when parents become grandparents and they're totally different. They're totally different for their grandchildren than they were for their own children. They're all soft. Maybe not.
It's like they loved them.
It's like, it's like somehow they loved them more than they loved us.
I'm just playing.
Okay. So it goes on to say there's a couple of comments that were onto it. And I believe this was known as OP was not the a-hole. The consensus was not the a-hole for this. Some comments were not the a-hole. What is ridiculous is how an entire extended family is terrified of a 3-year-old girl. She won't let you sing happy birthday. She needs to blow out the candle. What the heck is wrong with her parents and the rest of the family? This is the child alone in all the world and is never told no. Goodness gracious, what is going on, or what is going to happen when she's 16? Your sister-in-law is raising a monster and the rest of your family is complicit in it. So another person said, not the a-hole. Your sister-in-law is raising an entitled brat. She's not teaching her boundaries and basic respect to other people. Her behavior will only worsen as she gets older. When she is no longer invited to kids' birthday parties, her parents are going to be the ones to blame. They are failing her. She needs to be taught that everything isn't about her. And basically everyone said the same thing. She's entitled. They're basically training her to be entitled and spoiled, and that everything's not that everything's about her. So, but yeah, I think that's the thing, is that either OP is going to stay away from this family, even though this is the only family they have, which is sad. But I mean, they're going to have to grow up quickly and realize that this is not the way that this niece can be treated all the time. Especially if more cousins will come after. We're going to move on to the next story. So the next story I have is... it's originally from r/neighbors from hell. So this is from originally 6 months ago. And I've actually been keeping up with it. And they've actually got more updates on it. So I'm excited to say those as well. But it's someone just posted on r/neighbors from hell as a vent or rant. And it starts as, it starts as influencer neighbors put me in the hospital. So it goes on. I live in an apartment complex that has the worst neighbors. Most of everyone here is okay except this one couple. They're constantly making TikToks and YouTube videos about everyone that lives here, and all of it is lies. That's awful. I lost my husband last February due to a heart attack. In an instant, I became a single mom and struggling to cope with my new normal. Most of my neighbors were very sweet and offered condolences. This couple, nope, they started making videos about me, claiming that I was abusing my kids, never cleaning my apartment. They said my name in the videos and encouraged CPS, which did get called, and after one home visit, the case was closed immediately. Thank goodness. My goodness. That would, if I ever got called from that because of some random neighbors that were awful, I would be like, nope, something's got to be done about these people. This is awful.
Officer, arrest them.
No, seriously. Citizens arrest. No. Okay, the stress of the constant harassment and messages from these people pushed my blood pressure into me having a small stroke and ending up in the ICU. This couple thought it was so funny and are continuing to make these videos. I don't go outside anymore. My kids don't either. None of the other neighbors want to be caught outside in case it starts on them. Management can't do anything about it, and I've begged for a year. I just wish they would move. That's really sad, actually. They have been so awful, and with these videos and TikToks and everything, I bet somehow people have found her, if they've said her name, and that's how CPS has been called, because it's like this whole thing with people saying like awful things on the internet, or not even awful things, but people accusing them. Somehow other people's on the internet will find them, and they'll put false accusations out there, and somehow someone could get fired, or someone could get called, like CPS called on them for something that should never have been done because it wasn't true in the beginning. And that's how dangerous the internet can be sometimes, when people are being awful people.
I don't know. I would ignore them.
She's tried ignoring. She can't even get out there.
She says they're sending her messages and everything. That's where you block them.
Yes, well, she's also a grieving mother.
Yes, I agree, which is why I would ignore it.
And I bet with everything going on, plus that with her husband, and she's being a single mom with I don't know how many kids, but it's probably enough that's causing her so much stress. Like, I don't blame her if she had a mini stroke, or that's a small stroke, and that's awful. So she's probably getting these people are being so awful. No one in their complex wants to go out and face these people.
You can even get harassment charges or something like that. But
I mean, that's just, I feel bad.
If someone comes over to my house constantly, I tell them not to come. I'll call the cops.
Well, okay, that's because that's on our property, and we'd be like, you're trespassing, and we want you to go.
It doesn't matter if someone's sending me same letters over and over, something vile or disgusting, and I tell them to stop and they don't, then yeah, it's something. If I can block it, I block it.
Yeah, I wonder if you could somehow,
leave it open and then get mad about it. No, just block it.
I wonder if they're loud neighbors. They could be like, call the police for, what is it? Just for
Disturbance.
Disturbance of peace or something like that.
If she's in an apartment, you let the landlord know. And the landlord don't do anything.
I would report everything or document everything. Everything that's being sent to you, everything that they do, build a file on them. If there's any way, because I'm pretty sure if enough tenants have problems with this one common couple, then I bet there's a way that they could get evicted or kicked out for being terrible tenants. Because if other people are wanting to leave because of these people, then that's bad for the landlord. Because they're not going to make money with people living there if no one wants to live with this couple here.
Yeah.
So, there is a way you'd have to document. It sounds exhausting. It really does sound exhausting to have to keep up a file and to document and to keep things on file just to make these people go if there's even a chance. But sometimes you can't just ignore things because sometimes they're doing so much damage that it's too much. It's too much and people shouldn't have to live through their life. Their safe space at their home. They shouldn't be feeling stressed and unsafe at their own home.
You're right, which is why you block them.
Oh, no, I think she's saying she's not even receiving messages from the neighbors. I think it's from people that are from the internet because they're posting videos and things of her. So it's just random people that she's probably have to keep blocking. So yeah, she probably is blocking them all, but she keeps receiving new ones because they're just trashing her on the internet.
She's not saying that she is.
Well, that's a really short one.
It sounds like she's opening them, reading them all, getting mad, and then having a stroke, which I'm not saying is a good thing at all.
Yeah.
But I am saying something that, you can block it, you can get rid of it. If someone's annoying me, I'm not keeping them around. Plain and simple.
So top comment says, maybe you can find a lawyer and sue.
That too.
OP responded to that saying, I can't afford a lawyer and I tried to get a restraining order, but our county attorney said no under the freedom of speech. He's very familiar with this couple because they sue everyone. Oh, great. So everyone's afraid of them because they'll sue you if you even try and stand up to them. And because they have the freedom of speech. But there's got to be something.
Well, yeah, they can say whatever they want. That's not the problem.
They can say, but if it's going to be hurting others.
It's only hurting if you allow it to hurt. That's what I'm saying. They're not wrong. They can say whatever they want. And they can make a video with whatever they want. But say you have kids and they're filming your kids, and no, they can't do that.
That's the thing. It's what if they are filming the kids?
Well,
and
then that's a different.
That should be reported.
But what I'm saying is, if it's just because they're making videos and it's hurting her feelings, and she's seen it online, no, you block it.
It's not just hurting her feelings. CPS was called on her.
Yes.
It's affecting her her livelihood because
they were called and the case was closed.
I know.
It's okay to not like that person. I'm not saying not to. I would not like that person either.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
But it does not mean I would let that person affect my mood at home and the way I live. No.
Yeah. A lot of people are kind of just saying, like, bullying and harassment are not protected forms of speech. Neither is slander. Someone said, slander definitely isn't. If they are faking videos, they should be sued or record them and influence right back at them. That's easier said than done. You could.
But some people, it's your freedom of speech, too.
I know. I just know some people are really good at being like, well, I'm going to record you back. And other people are like, I just don't want to do anything with you with recording because I just want to live my life in peace.
And that's fine. Then you ignore them. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are ways around it. Do people sound like trash? Yeah, probably. But, it is their freedom of speech on it. And it's also your freedom to ignore them. You can do it.
So we got a update 3 months later. It's funny, this person, you probably like this person because she posted on Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
She was talking about like battles and everything, but anyways, that's another subreddit.
Make sure it takes down their Pokemon every time. It's probably a gym.
So the update 3 months later is I had a lot of comments ask me to name and shame. Just the internet to do that. So they wanted her to name the neighbors.
You can do that too. I mean,
I did it because not only do they use my name and my kids' faces in their videos, they also use other neighbors. Okay, no, you gotta report that.
that's where I'd say you can ask if
there's gotta be
that.
something where they can report that. They should not be reporting the kids and everything and using your name.
I mean, if you're not in a public
that's
space,
dangerous
then,
for the that's dangerous for the kids for sure. Especially if you post where you live and everything, so people are going to know exactly where you live, who you look like, what their names are. Anyone, any creep, could come by and just ask for you. So, no, that's too far. That's too far. I did it because not only do they use my name and my kids' faces in their videos, they also use our other neighbors. Going through this has me paranoid enough. The good news is they're moving. They got evicted after starting a war with the property manager.
That's stupid.
Remember, they sue everyone, so they're just dumb. Or they're mean, and they're dumb. They recorded conversations in the main office and started arguments. One would think it would make them stop, but nope, it keeps going. 2 weeks ago, a group of us parents were standing outside talking when the influencer wife walked over and started a fight with us. I couldn't hold back anymore, and I let almost a year frustration out on her. We both yelled at each other, and I got to say everything I ever wanted to ask, well, as the other parents. She ran back inside with her phone and claimed we bullied her.
Yay.
Yeah, if you can't take a punch. All right. Now she records everyone at the bus stop daily, claiming we're all doing things we're not. Her followers are still believing everything, but at least it's almost over. I mean, at this point, if you see that you shouldn't even see what she's posting. Just don't even look at what she's posting.
Ignore it.
Like, I don't know if she is looking these people up. I mean, I'm wondering if she wanted to know if she's actually posting, like, her kids' faces up. But then after that, you should really stop. Unless you're doing it for documentation reasons, just to get her out. But she's already getting evicted. Just put your head down and get her out. Let her get out. Okay. So we do get... Oh, wait. Someone... Okay, I have heard of this before. Someone put a top comment. They says, if they try to record you in public, play Disney music on your phone. If they try to upload it to the YouTube, Disney will get it taken down. That is true. I've seen people... I've heard people doing that when they don't want to be recorded. That's a good one. Okay, so another update about a month later. It goes on, sorry to keep ranting about these neighbors. At least it will be over at the end of the month. Everyone was hoping that they would just leave quietly, but nope, these two are on a mission. Since they have been evicted, they have made hell for everyone in my complex. The wife has called the police on grown adults just talking outside, claiming it was teenagers out past curfew. The police were confused and said it wasted their time. They have screamed at small kids and toddlers, telling them they are not welcome on the sidewalk near their apartment. These
scram kids.
My goodness. Posted TikTok videos of the out of control grass. They claim that the grass is so long they couldn't see their dog when it went to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
The grass wasn't even... Got a little chihuahua, probably.
Oh, that's funny.
The grass wasn't even to ankles, and personally, I think they needed glasses. And their reason I'm currently awake at 3 a.m, I was asleep by banging on my door that woke me up. It was a police officer saying my neighbors had called because the loud banging and flashes of light in their windows. They told police that it was me causing everything with banging and a flashlight. In my area tonight, we're getting horrible storms and isolated tornadoes. Y'all, they called the police because of Mother Nature. Once again, the police said it was a waste of their time, but he can't do anything about them. I'm counting down the days until these people are officially out of here. That's crazy. Okay, so last update, and it's about a month later. So this was 1 month ago that this person posted this. It says, happy birthday to me, influencer neighbors are gone. So best birthday present ever. The influencers moved out on my birthday. Of course, they didn't go quietly. The entire time they were moving their stuff, the wife was constantly screaming and cussing outside. My goodness. No one else dared to even open the doors the entire week they were moving out. For a week after they moved out, police were here daily. They continued to call on me and several neighbors. Why even bother? My goodness. These people are
I'm just looking for attention.
Okay, they continued to call on me and several neighbors. One guy got arrested after they called in a welfare check on his kid. He officially lost his child. Hopefully, she's doing better with her mom. They called in several welfare checks on my kids as well. My goodness. In one night, the police went to every apartment with children. Animal control came out on several people because of the influencers. Hopefully, with the time, the calls will stop. But even now, 2 weeks later, we're still getting police at our doors. But the apartment complex is already easier to relax in, and no more TikTok videos of just people living their lives. Yeah. That's crazy. They're still getting called on even though these people are gone. That's nuts. I'd just be like, will it ever end?
Determination.
Do these people have anything? Literally all their content was literally this apartment. So now that they're forced to be taken out, they're just constantly calling them they're probably like around the corner like, I wonder who's going to come out. Just like, this is all the content we have. What can we do? We're going to have to know these other neighbors and get them in trouble. That's crazy. These are neighbors from hell. Like, those are horrible people. Okay, we're going to move on. So our next story is from 6 days ago from Am I the A-Hole? AITA, and it's a Thanksgiving one. So, gotta love those. So this one says, sick family wants to have Thanksgiving at my house, and I said no. So my nephew was diagnosed with hand, foot, and mouth.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness. About a week.
No.
Yeah, definitely. You start with that sentence and everyone's going to be, obviously with the title, no one's going to blame you. But with that first sentence, no.
I love family.
Not,
I don't want to love you that much. Right?
I love you, but we can love at a distance.
Yeah, you stay home.
My goodness. Thanksgiving over Zoom this year.
No Zoom. You just stay home.
Right? So my nephew was diagnosed with hand, foot, and mouth about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago.
That sucks.
We also found out the other day that my sister and her husband have recently contracted it from their son. I should add, they live with my parents. But because they also have hand, foot, and mouth, it was decided that Thanksgiving would be moved to my house, but they said they wouldn't come. Okay. Well, my mom just called me today to inform me that my sister, her husband, and their son will be joining us at my house.
No, they're not.
I told my mom that I did not want them in my house because they're still contagious at this point. I have 4 children.
Yep,
Forget that.
Nope.
One of which gets sick easily, and the last time it was in my house, my 3 older kids were out of school for weeks. They all reacted badly and had blisters as well as severely peeling skin that bled. Oh, no.
What?
No.
Had it more than once?
They've already had it before.
I don't know.
That would be nightmare. No, that mom's like, no, we are not going through this again.
I wouldn't talk to my mom. I'd call the other person and say, you're not coming.
I was going to say, we're not doing a.
There's no middleman.
There's no middleman. We're going straight to the source.
They're like, you can't come because I don't want you here. End of story.
So my mom then said that they will be gloved up. They will be gloved up and sitting at a table separate from everyone else.
Nope.
However, their son will have free roam of my home. He's under 2 and therefore gets into stuff and still puts things in his mouth.
No.
No. Why do you just... No, the 2-year-old can just, run free in the home because we can't control him. No, then he doesn't get to come over.
It doesn't matter. They have hand, foot, mouth disease. You can't come.
Exactly. No one should be over. Like, honestly, don't you care about others? I told them if they were so set on coming to my house for Thanksgiving, Why couldn't they have it at their house? My mom said, because then they would have to sanitize everything.
Well, that doesn't stop.
I said it was unfair that they weren't willing to sanitize their house to make it to where people could come over, but they wanted to come to my house and infect my household. My mom then started to cry, said she wouldn't have this conversation with me, and hung up.
It's easy. You call the other people and say
very
you're
mature,
not coming.
Mom. Yep. My word. So am I the a-hole for telling my mom that they're being selfish and I don't want them in my house?
Nope. Call the other people now.
Not with hand, foot, and mouth disease. Like, come on, that is so super contagious. And if you've already had it and your kids had a bad reaction to it, no, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to get near anyone that possibly had it in the last couple of weeks. Even if they're maybe not contagious still, no, I wouldn't even risk it. Like, all I've ever wanted is not to be near that. Nope. So, like, anytime, like, my sister with her kids have some kind of, like, sniffle or cold, like, maybe not sniffle, but they have, like, a cold or some kind of, like, sickness, we stay away from each other. Because all I know is that it takes them forever to get over things, and then if we get it, we'll go through the whole system, and then for some reason, everyone gets it again if we're near each other. So I just, nope.
And then the cat dies.
And
what?
That was... It's a horrible ending. That was a horrible... Why does the cat die?
That's all we got.
What did you do? Never mind. I'm not even going to further go with this. Okay. So there is an edit to add. I wanted to add this since a couple people have been asking why it is even a question. Why would I... Hey, that is true. Why would you even allow? Everyone's like, duh, we know... Even the thing that says... If you had sick people,
will cry.
No, seriously. Okay, why would I allow anyone from that household into my home? They are providing. I guess they are providing 100% of the Thanksgiving meal. Also, my husband and I are in some legal trouble that my parents are giving us giving us a gift that will help relieve that situation. However, my family is the type that if I tell my mom no to anything, even if it is the reasonable answer, she will renege on her promises and take the gift back.
That's fine. Still say no and take the gift back.
That's why I'm considering allowing my mom and my dad to still come over for Thanksgiving. But I put my foot down with my sister and her family. If I wasn't so reliant on their help, I would 100% just cancel the entire holiday.
Still should.
We also can't reschedule due to this being 100% on my parents. The only thing I have to say is this is my home. So there's an update. Talk to my dad and my sister. They are not coming over. My sister got defensive, but my dad put his foot down on my behalf. Good job, Dad. He's also going to talk with my mom and calm everything down. Thanksgiving will happen some other day when people aren't contagious.
That's common sense.
That's right. That's just obvious right there. Hey, we're all sick. Either some people can't come or we all just move this another day. If you really want like half of these people to be here, then maybe we'll just move it another day. Like my Thanksgiving on my parents' side, we had a snowstorm. So this year, for Thanksgiving on my side, we did Justin's side on Thanksgiving Day, and then we were planning to do my side with my parents and my sister and brother and everyone on Saturday. The Saturday after Thanksgiving. But then we had a snowstorm come by and it just couldn't happen. We all just, valued our safety more and decided...
Safe space.
Yeah, not like that. More like we didn't want to risk ourselves on the road. And we just all wanted to stay home and stay all nice and snugged up in our homes without having to go outside and face the roads. So it happens. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, holidays over Zoom can happen sometimes. Okay. Someone did say at the top comment, I guarantee you will not attempt a single good practice at preventing the spread of disease. They're just saying that to get what they want. Tell them to have their own diseased holiday this year.
It's fine. The dad said no.
This was before the edit and everything. So, yep. She's like, yeah, they don't have good practices about cleaning in general. So, yeah, no, even if they did, you
I don't
can't
care
prevent.
how good your practice cleaning is.
I'm just
That's
like, even if they were good at preventing, like they were good at cleaning up, you can't prevent people from getting others sick. It just happens. So you can't get mad about it. But if you can avoid it from people having coming over and getting you sick, I would definitely do that. So, okay, we're going to move on to the next story. So the next story I have is from 5 years ago. It is from r/am I the a-hole. And it is, am I the a-hole for telling my stepdaughter to stop using period products in the bathroom she shares with my teenage sons?
Okay, read story.
Okay. I have been living with my new wife and stepdaughter for about 6 months now.
Oh, stepdaughter.
Yes, stepdaughter. Yeah. She's 19, almost 20, and I have 3 sons aged 18, 16, and 15. She's a really good kid, and she's a good influence on my sons. I really enjoy having her around. My wife and her daughter moved into my house and sold theirs. My stepdaughter's father isn't present in her life, nor is my son's mother. All 4 children share a bathroom. My sons have never lived for a long period of time with a woman, nor have any of them had a long-term girlfriend. They had short visitation periods when they were younger, but never longer than an hour, so living with 2 women has been unusual for them. My eldest son, 18, came to me last week and told me that his stepsister disposes of her used sanitary products in the trash can that they share, but doesn't use toilet roll or sandwich bags to disguise them. Sandwich bags? Okay.
I don't know. Sandwich bags weird.
I don't know, that's just weird. But doesn't use toilet roll or sandwich bags to disguise what they are.
Okay.
And it makes him uncomfortable, which I think is reasonable. My son are teenage boys and don't want to see their stepsister's period products on full display. A few nights ago, I went into the kitchen to grab a snack, and she was there doing some work for university. My wife had mentioned that she knew she was on her period, so I took it as an opportunity to have a word with her. Oh my God, not when she's on it. There comes the shark. No. I told her that my sons were uncomfortable and asked her if she'd mind putting her used products in diaper bags or flushing them down the toilet. No flushing down the toilet. You do not put period products down the toilet.
I was going to say, at least she's not putting it down the toilet.
I know, but he doesn't know anything about women then if he's saying to flush it down the toilet. That's just going to make your plumbing bill be really high. That's awful. Okay. She laughed and told me it was rich coming from a man who sheds like a gorilla and has produced 3 skid-marking sons.
Probably. I agree.
Which I thought was just an unnecessary attack.
I mean, she's probably right, but...
I mean, if she's sharing a bathroom with 3 other teenage boys...
Yeah, I'm sure it's just...
I bet it's disgusting. And... I have been nothing but nice to the girl, and it's hardly a comparison. I beg to differ. My sons shouldn't be subjected to her unhygienic products if it makes them uncomfortable. She went on to lecture me on how tampons can't be flushed and that it's bad for the environment, and if she uses diaper bags for everyone, which I think is just an excuse. I mean, I agree. It's just wrap it up with toilet paper. I called her a scruff and told her that this is my house and that what I say goes. Ooh.
That's stupid.
Oh, 6 months in, you're going strong, buddy. That's really hard to put on a 20-year-old. I later asked my wife if she could have a word with her, and she told me I was being ridiculous. And that her daughter has had her period for 10 years and knows what she's doing. When I told her it was making my sons uncomfortable, she said my sons needed to get a grip and turned over and went to sleep. So they did this in bed, and she's like, forget about it. Go to sleep. Mm-hmm. This is a genuine issue to me, and she didn't care enough to have a discussion about it. This guy seems sensitive.
It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This guy just seems a little overly sensitive. I asked my stepdaughter again in the morning, and she did the same as her mother, completely dismissed it. Both of them have told me to stop being so silly, but I don't see how I'm being unreasonable when it makes my sons uncomfortable. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah, I mean, his kids are all three of his boys are older, that they know girls do that. And if that happens, what I would, one, just know that it's probably there in the trash, so don't look at it. And two, if it is like that, just be like, hey, can you just wrap it in toilet paper? That's all I ask. Nothing else. That's it.
I mean, the way
And if she says no, then be like, all right, I'm trying to work with you here. Just wrap it in toilet paper. I don't care. That's it. If anybody else complains about it, they can get over it. But that's it. That's all I'm asking.
I was just saying, he keeps saying, my sons are uncomfortable. My sons are uncomfortable. Your sons are dealing with...
His sons are disgusting too. I don't blame her.
I was just saying.
I'm sure it's both ways.
I understand your sons have never had to deal with a woman for so long, so they don't maybe understand it, or they're just like, wow, we didn't know that.
Simple. They shouldn't have to, because they don't have sisters. They should never have to deal with that.
And if they don't have girlfriends that have told them anything, obviously. But the thing is, they literally just need to be like, okay, she does something, it's gross, and just tell her like, hey, they don't know that. Can you at least wrap it up, like you said, with toilet paper?
It's not even for them. It's just common decency.
It's just common decency. No one wants to look down and see a bloody tampon.
That's all it is. Just, hey,
no one wants to see that.
That's it.
Like, even me, I wouldn't want to see someone else's.
Someone takes a dump in the toilet. Hey, flush it.
Exactly, right? If they're going to, if you're going to leave something that you last did, and you're not going to, like, at least clean it or just dispose of it properly, then that's a problem.
Yeah, you got a tampon, you got to take it out, whatever.
But
just wrap it up.
But for him to feel attacked, that she says you leave skid marks and hair everywhere. I bet they do. It's a bathroom. Like, it's going to happen. So, I mean, she's just saying, well, you're just as disgusting as I am. So, I mean, if I have to do this,
I think he went a little too far as the adult. But.
As the adult, yes. And then for him to then enforce saying, well, my word goes. And I'm just like, ooh, yeah.
I mean, I get that. It is his house. So.
But there's 6 months in.
I think it was stupid to go straight there first instead of just saying, hey, you just wrap in TP. That's it. I don't care. Yeah, kids don't like it. I don't really care. I don't like it. And if your mom did that, I'd be like, hey, can you just do that? I don't want to see it. But if I do, I do. And yeah.
Yeah. So top comment says, and by the way, this got like 37.7 thousand upvotes. So a lot of people saw this. I mean, it's from 5 years ago, but I think a lot of people saw this in the beginning. It says, the top comment, you're the a-hole. Sorry, but what? I'm a guy and realize that this is ridiculous. So the top comment was, you're the a-hole. Sorry, but what? I'm a guy and realize this is ridiculous. You need to help yourself and your sons become better men and accept that it's a natural process. Are you uncomfortable with your wife's use of the same? I assume not, so teach your sons to be better.
I'd say his wife probably does the same thing.
I was going to say.
Or she wraps in TP or whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's literally all you need to say is like, hey, can you just wrap it up? Couple sheets. That's literally all it takes.
That's it.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And of course, if she goes like, nah, I'd rather let them see it, then honestly, let your wife deal with it. You talk to your wife and make it a reasonable being like, hey, I don't care. Like, the sons, I'll talk to them. They'll be fine. But I do think we could wrap it just a little bit so it's not right there in view.
I mean, they're 15 or older. It's like,
exactly. They're all teenagers.
They're not stupid.
Yeah, exactly. They're older teenagers too. So yeah, no, they can deal with it. They need to kind of grow up, and because one of them's going to leave the house here soon, and he's going to be very shocked about how gross the world is. So if that's what's making him uncomfortable. Okay, so there is an update. Small little update. So update is, not even 2 hours after I posted this, my wife and stepdaughter gathered my sons and I and gave us a full intensive periods for pricks course.
Kind of funny.
PowerPoint and all. It was a hoot. They made an interactive quiz and everything. My sons and I learned a lot and apologized to my stepdaughter. Thank you for your input. Well, good on the stepdaughter and the wife. After the husband made a big deal out of it, they're just like, okay, guess we're going to have to be the one to teach him.
He's just, yeah.
No, he hasn't probably been with a woman for so long, and now he's living with 2 grown-up women and his sons also, and it's like he's just as bad as his sons.
He's being a kid.
He is being a kid. His sons are uncomfortable, and he's like, well, you know what? Let me go talk to her. And he just is bypassing, overlooking everything else about how maybe this is a good learning lesson for your sons to be like, okay, you know, I'll talk to her, but this is something now that's going to happen while we're living with women. And you learn about these things. So I hope they do better. So, okay, we're going to go to the next story. Next story is a best of Redditor updates. It was originally placed on, what was it? Oh, no. Maybe it's not going to tell me. Well, either way. I think it was relationship advice, actually. But anyways, this was originally posted of October 8th, 2015. So 10 years ago. It's quite a while. Okay. So the title of it is, me and my boyfriend of 3 years just had our first baby. We're white. Baby is black. I have a close black ancestor, but significant other is furious and accusing me of cheating.
We are white.
Baby is black. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so she is 26 female and her boyfriend is 29 male. And they've been together for 3 years. As the title says, me and my significant other just had our first baby. We were over the moon when we discovered the pregnancy, and we were both really excited to have a child together. We wanted to get married next year, and everything was going great. We were happy. We both look very white, pale skin, blue eyes, brown, and blonde hair. However, my great-great-grandpa was black, and some of his features have popped up here and there in our family.
It's coming from the grave.
So, kinky hair, darker skin, more black-looking facial characteristics. My significant other knows this and has seen some of my aunts and uncles and cousins who have these features. I, however, don't have any myself, and neither does my mom. Our daughter was born 5 days ago, and I guess she just got all the dormant genes in me because she's really dark-skinned compared to us with really curly hair.
Possible.
I think she's adorable, but my SO flipped. He accused me of cheating, that the baby couldn't possibly be his. I mean, okay, DNA and genes out there are a crazy thing that happen in pregnancy and in our bodies. So I could see this happening. I've never given him a reason to suspect me of infidelity, and I've certainly never cheated. We argued about it. I pointed out all my cousins and other relatives who have black features, but he absolutely refused to listen. Said our daughter looked too black for that to be a plausible explanation. He stormed out of the hospital, sent me a text an hour later that we were over. And when I got home from the hospital the next day, he wasn't there, and most of his personal belongings were gone. I tried to reach out to him, but he didn't answer my calls or text until 3 days later when he told me he demanded a paternity test to prove I was a liar. And to prove that I was a liar, goodness. And if I refuse, I'll never see him again. Well,
I mean, if I had a kid that came out and didn't like any of us, I would be like, hey, take a test. Just take a test. And I would hope, obviously, if it was our situation. You? Yeah, and I would hope in our situation you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do one too, because I want to know.
Okay.
Like, not even to even make sure that
I mean, okay, I get it in
But I
this
mean,
situation.
it'd be like, that is crazy. Like, that is crazy. But it's not even more of a, like,
I'd probably just look for, like, reason as to why does he look like this?
well, yeah, it's not more of, not, I
more,
don't know.
okay,
Obviously,
so not more on the infidelity, but just as to...
it'd be nuts. It would be nuts. It'd be crazy.
What, like, so someday someone knocks me out and inseminates me with their sperm.
But I'm just saying.
The same time we try to become pregnant.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know how you could sit there and be like, oh, okay, it's fine. You would probably be like, I want to test too. Like,
well,
I don't.
But what if, okay, so what if so in case no one knows, because I don't really put it out there, I am white and I have a lot of European descent and basically, but what if I had, because I mean, I do, not anything close, but I do have some black descent way far back there, but what if I had some closer like black descent features or ancestors in my family? Would you think like, oh, okay, maybe this is possible, or would you still think
I think it's possible, but I'd still want to test. Like, what? I don't know how you wouldn't want one either.
Okay,
Like,
honestly,
it's not even like,
even if you have proof that my family does have
if
those,
we had a kid and it came out and it was Asian, it'd be like,
just
hey,
think about it.
what is this?
You have Mexican. You're Mexican.
I would still want to test for myself.
I have all the dominant brown eyes, brown hair. I have tanner skin than my family. I'm the one that's like the dominant one. They all have the recessive. But then we came up with a kid who's got blonde hair.
Doesn't matter. And
he looks nothing like a Mexican. And people think he's crazy, but...
You tell me if we had a kid and it was black, you'd be like, oh, it's fine. And you'd want to get a test too. Yes, obviously it's fine. But it'd be like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. How? And we look like, oh, by the way, you have a great-great-great-great-grandparent recessive gene.
That somehow came into this child.
Oh, by the way, you have a great-great-great-grandparent recessive gene that came out, and it's black. It's like, oh, that is crazy
I wouldn't want to take a paternity test. I want to take a DNA test.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
I was going to say, a paternity test is literally just saying he's the father.
Yes, but that's where I would go DNA test, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably do more of a historical, like, ancestral DNA test.
You were not the father.
Like, no, I wouldn't do a paternity test. I honestly think getting a paternity test would just hurt me. I think if you ask for one, in this case, if it's like, I love you, I want to stay with you, this is our baby, I know I haven't cheated, but if you really want one, it hurts me to think that you want it, but I guess we'll do it.
But what I would say is, if you would think about it from the other side too, you'd be like, all right, yeah, I would want to just clear my mind.
Okay, but the baby just came out. And but this is what happens. Because my mom being a NICU nurse for so many years, and I've heard this from so many nurses, is that from like black couples that have a baby and the baby comes out white looking. And that's because then sometimes baby comes out darker from like other, races or some kind of culture or ethnicity. They come out darker than other people who are pale. So it's just like babies are weird that way when they come out. They come out looking different, and then literally a week later, their skin and hair will all look different by then. Some kids come out with black hair and become blonde later.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same argument.
I'm just saying, even race and ethnicity wise, your skin tone can look lighter or darker when you first come out.
I know that. It's not the argument.
I'm just saying this. I mean, I get it. This baby must have come out so drastically different from what they looked like.
Obviously. That's where I'm going. Obviously.
Oh, I just think it's so funny. But I mean, I get it. People can lie and be like, I never cheated, but I just...
Whatever. I don't blame the guy. I don't. I blame all the rest of his actions on it. I don't blame him saying, I want to test.
Well,
I don't blame that.
I don't blame... I do. I don't like it how he just literally up and left her.
That's what I said. Yeah, that part. Like, those actions I don't agree with.
If she says she didn't cheat and she's just as confused, but things like, hey, I do have black ancestor in my family. Like, it could possibly be. Then you figure it out together.
Yeah,
if she's really like adamant she didn't cheat, let's figure this out. Then there's got to be something that's going on that you guys could figure this out. But for him to just demand that we're done, I don't ever want to see you again. And then 3 days later be like, well, actually, I want you to do the paternity test. And if you don't agree, then we're over. And I'm like,
well, I mean, it is his kid. If it is his kid.
Yeah, but if he doesn't want anything to do with the kid.
No, he says she's over. Doesn't mean he's done with the kid. Because whether he likes her or not, he doesn't get an option with that.
I just think obviously if this is his kid, the paternity test confirms it. Honestly, what would you think of her and him? Like, they're not married. Would you think they should work things out?
Well, if they're not married, then yeah, definitely. Well, should they work it out? Yeah, but I mean, if they're not married...
I don't know. If you did that to me, I don't know if I could look at you the same way.
Well, if they're not married, and we don't know everything else coming up in their past, I'm not going to ask for any of that, but obviously there's probably something there, then yeah, duh.
I would be so pissed at you. Like, first of all, this OP just had a baby, so her hormones are all over the place. They are all over the place. And then for this to happen, plus her boyfriend to just up and leave and say all this stuff has probably just
I have not said that her. I agree with that.
No, I'm just saying. You left. Sorry, not you. I'm not talking about you. You're not in this situation.
Where did I say I agree with any of this? Stop saying you.
I'm putting you as an example.
This is a stupid example.
But if the boyfriend just up and left at her most vulnerable time, she just pushed a baby out, a miracle. She's so tired. She's hormonal. She's sore. She's recovering. And you just up and left her. She had to go through the hospital stay and go home by herself. Yeah. I don't know if I could look at that boyfriend the same way.
Well, don't ask me what I would do, because I wouldn't do that. That's a stupid question.
So think, if you pushed a baby out and...
I'm not pushing any babies out.
I'm just saying, look at the point of view of OP.
I'm not disagreeing with her, but I'm saying, obviously, if this kid comes out looking different, I don't know how you can't say, yeah, you know what? I can see why you question. Sure, I will take a test. Yeah, I will take a test. It's not even more of a, let me prove you wrong. No, it's more of a, no, but I can understand why you'd be a little freaked out. I get that.
But this guy is literally like, I'm going to prove that you are a liar.
Yes, Becca, obviously. But what I'm telling you,
I know
in the most humane way with it, since you want my opinion on it, okay, is that I would see why she would say, yeah, let me take a test. I don't see anything wrong with him saying, I want a test. That's fine.
Okay, we're not even done with this yet, so let's just keep going.
Finish it.
Okay, I'm completely broken down and hurt over this. Our entire relationship, he's been so sweet and rational. This is completely unlike him.
He's a new father. So yeah, his life's changed.
A new father with a baby that he doesn't think looks like him.
Yeah, so if it's not his life's been messed up big time.
Okay, so if he had just calmly asked for a paternity test to begin with, I would have been hurt, but I guess I could understand the concerns.
And that's what I've been saying the whole time.
Our daughter looks nothing like him, but she'd still be hurt. Like I said the same thing. I would have been extremely hurt, but
she would understand. I
want to be with you,
but you'd understand. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you'd understand. Okay. That's the whole point. Just understand. I'd still be hurt. Well, yeah, obviously, and the other guy would be hurt too.
Okay, so our daughter looks nothing like him, but I don't think our relationship can survive this. Even when I proved to him I wasn't lying, should I go through with the test or just cut my losses here and raise her alone?
Doesn't matter. You choose.
So edit, I decided to get the test done. I'll update you all when I get the results. I'm still angry, but I guess I understand him a bit better now.
Duh. Yeah.
So we're going to just skip the comments because obviously all of them is just like, basically everyone's just like, that's crazy. Oh my word.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, so this is OOP kind of comments about her family history. So 4 generations back, my great grandma and all of her siblings look really black. My grandma, less so. My mom's generation is the first to have completely white looking kids. And I don't think so. My friends joke that my butt is so big I've inherited this, but I don't think big butts are an actual racial trait. I mean,
So
if they're curvier,
so is it his kid?
just more of the stereotype, plenty of white girls with big booties. Okay, anyways, update 5 days later. Hey guys, first of all, I want to thank you for the original commenters who helped me see my SO side and calm me down enough to take the test. Well, the results are in, and of course, she's his.
Okay.
The whole process was absolutely ridiculous. I got an appointment with the doctor and texted significant other the time and the location. He didn't answer, but he did show up. And the entire time he didn't say one word to me, and he didn't want to touch or even look at the baby, and left as soon as they'd taken his sample, despite the doctor asking him to stay so we could go over a few things. Once he left, I just broke down, and I must say the doctor was really nice, didn't judge me or accuse me of anything, just calmly went over how the test works, and told me babies are often born darker than they actually end up being. Baby was an absolute champ, barely fussed when they drew her blood. I got the result yesterday. I texted SO the news and asked if he wanted to come over and open it with me. After almost half an hour, he finally responded, yes, he'd like to come over. I'm thinking he either sent it while on his way or he's not staying very far away because he was here in about 15 minutes.
Okay, it's not relevant.
Well, you are just like... Well, we opened it and read the positive test together. He turned white like a sheet and then just started bawling. I had to shush him because he was crying so loudly. And finally, I got an explanation for his flip out. I mentioned in a comment on an old post that he was an only child to very old parents. His dad died a few years ago, and his mom lives alone a few hours' drive from us. I haven't met her often, but she seemed pleasant enough. Turns out she hates me. Absolutely hates my guts and always has. I had no idea about this. She's always acted kind of snobby, sure, but I had no idea she disliked me so much. When SO called her to tell her the good news, 8 months back when we discovered the pregnancy, she started crying. He never told me this. And as the months passed, she continued being super negative about the whole thing and saying she doubted the baby was actually his. I was below them. Poor people cheat because they're raised in a effed up environment. And instead of talking to me about this, SO kept silent while constantly doubting me more and more. Baby being black just put the final nail in the coffin that his mother was right and I was a good for nothing cheating person. After telling me all this, we just sat in silence for a while. Finally, he asked if he could hold the baby. I was still angry, but decided that holding her was his right, as he's the father after all.
It's his kid.
I went and got her from the crib, let him have her, and he started crying again, which scared her, and she started crying too. So they were just sitting there, bawling together for a while. Finally, he stopped, handed her back, and asked if he could come home. I was taken aback. I didn't expect him to just flat out ask that already. I laid out everything I said in the last thread, how insanely disrespectful and childish he'd been, how he'd horribly broken my trust, hadn't talked to me about his mom's poisonous and ignorant comments, completely ignores me for 3 days, not telling me where he is or even if he's alive, and then he just waltzes in and wants to start living here again. I told him if he ever wanted to have some inkling of a chance of mending the relationship, we had to go to couples therapy ASAP. From now on, he will answer my calls and messages unless there's an emergency. He will not be staying here for a while, and finally he needs to tell his mom to back off. She will not be seeing the baby until she apologizes to me in person. He immediately agreed and finally told me how sorry he was for this whole fiasco. I'm not sure if I can forgive him for this, but I'm going to try. We had an amazing life before this, and I hope that this will all, with a lot of work, we can have it again. Significant other also finally told me that he was staying in a hostel, but it's not very expensive, so he could stay there for a while longer. So baby is doing great considering how many stress hormones she must have been drinking from these last few days. Her hair is falling out, but the doctor said to me that is normal for babies who often lost hair or all of it when they're born with. I'm hoping her new hair will grow in blonde. That would make her even cuter. Thank you all for your help on this last thread. My mom agreed with many of you, and thinks I'm absolutely nuts for trying to work things out, but I think it'd be the best for everyone if we at least give it a shot, especially baby. So at least they're trying it out, and she said we need to do couples therapy. But that is kind of crazy for him to be like, okay, can I come home now? After he, like, literally did all that stuff. And we're just like, no, you should probably just, like, say, where do we go from here? Can we work things out? Mm-hmm. Not just straight up saying, can I come back home? After I completely just was rude and mean and ignored you for 3 days.
Well, this is his home, too. So, yeah, I can see why you'd want to come back home. But, yes. I mean...
No.
What's he supposed to say? Can I just stay away from you longer?
No, you should literally say, hey, where can we go from here? I'm so apologetic. He should be on his knees begging her, like, I am so sorry for doing this.
Well, obviously he's not, because he just
like,
left.
I'm so sorry for putting you through this.
I mean, common sense tells you he doesn't know what he's doing fully.
Instead of, like, being an actual mature adult and being like, oh, my goodness, let's figure this out. Why does our baby look like this?
Yes, obviously he's not there. So, yes, it's not irrational, him asking. Duh.
I'm just baffled the way this guy is like. After all he did, he's just like, can I come back home?
Well, yeah. But
not
still.
Without having a ton of therapy first.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know what she said with that. I think it's weird. She's like, you better answer all my phone calls. All right, now you're being stupid.
Well, okay, because, no, I understand her point of view, because just in this last week, he has not answered any of her calls or texts, and then all of a sudden just shows up.
Yes, and he didn't know if he even wanted to be with her still. And he didn't know if it was his kid still.
But from going we have been a wonderful relationship and all this, to all of a sudden, I don't trust you, and I don't want to answer you, and I'm going to ignore you, and then all of a sudden they're back to being okay. No, I'd be like, okay, the next time
I wouldn't say they're back to being okay.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, the whole, you better answer my text or calls, like, yeah, you better answer me now. Don't ignore me again. That wasn't right the first time. You shouldn't do it again.
You said you better answer every phone call and text.
Okay, I honestly think...
that's
the way she's
demanding on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, calm down.
The things that she's gone through, I don't blame her. She's probably gone through so much stress and anxiety from all this happening.
I'm sure.
So she's probably trying to find some things like, you better not do that again on me. You better not just up and leave me when you don't trust something all of a sudden instead of just talking to me. Mm-hmm. That would be a stressful event. Okay, we got one last story, and it's a really quick one. So it is from 6 years ago, and it is from Today I Effed Up. So this one is, today I effed up by complimenting a girl's skirt.
Okay.
I mean, we'll just go into it. This happened a couple weeks ago. I was at a party and saw a girl across the room. She was wearing a skirt, holding a drink in one hand, and she had the other hand in her pocket.
It was a man, wasn't it?
I saw her skirt, thought to myself, how cool that skirt is having pockets. A lot of women I know complain about not having pockets, so this is a very progressive thing. A bit later, I got around to talking to her. I complimented her skirt and how pockets in a skirt is great. She looked very confused and said, my skirt doesn't have pockets. Why would you think that? I mentioned that I had seen her earlier with her hand in her pocket. Her face went bright red and revealed that her hand was amputated. What I thought was her hand in her pocket was her stump resting against her hip. I apologized immediately, but luckily she thought it was funny because she had never heard that comment before. I'm still dying inside, though.
Well, it sounds like she takes it like a champ. Sounds like a good person. Has a good sense of humor.
I was going to say, like...
Obviously wasn't trying to be a jerk.
No, I think that's really funny that he's just like, oh, I think that's cool that you have pockets. And she's like, what are you talking about?
It's like, I'm stumped.
I think it's so funny that a guy would be just like literally thinking, oh, that girl has pockets. That's pretty cool because that's not a normal thing. And
well, yeah, I mean, it isn't normal.
I so just think it's funny. He's very. I think this guy just had an excuse to talk to her.
Probably
wanted to talk to her. Talked about pockets and skirts and then found out.
Well, now he's memorable to her.
Yeah. Well, honestly, he did. He made a good first impression.
Yeah.
And even if he found out she did have like her hand amputated and like you don't want to bring that. I mean, that's a fun way of kind of bringing that up now.
It is.
And be like, oh, well, funny thing is, I don't have a hand.
And since she laughed and he probably felt embarrassed, I bet she probably makes a joke about it, and they're probably better friends from it or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is.
This got like a ton of upvotes. This is like 30, almost 70. Sorry, not 30. Almost 74,000 upvotes. So I mean that's just funny. So that's kind of like a little wholesome thing there. So, but that is the stories I have for you guys tonight, and those were just some great random stories. Got to come up with what our theme is for that. But again, guys, if you have any if you guys suggest any like subreddits that you guys really like to look into, if you guys are in Reddit. If you're not, don't worry about it. We'll bring you the stories. But if you guys are and have some fun subreddits that you'd like us to explore, let us know. If you guys have any comments or questions you'd like to tell us, or anything about the stories we've had lately, you guys can throw in your own 2 cents there. But you can obviously contact us at our email, which is theredditrandos@gmail.com. Or you can also DM me on Instagram. We are on Instagram, so you guys can go through that, or through the link I have on our platform for who we go through for our podcast. So you guys have many options. But anyways, I do hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And now we're on to Christmas. So hopefully you guys, we got our lights up. We've had a winter storm. So now we're building a snow igloo, or trying to, in our backyard. But I don't know. What are you looking forward to this Christmas?
Time off work.
I mean, that's always nice. Time to actually just enjoy being home and doing things at home. I'm not looking forward to the crazy events we have like booked already for the month, because sometimes it's just nice to be at home.
Life is life.
Life is life. But I am excited to try a few new things starting in the new year, just with this podcast and other things at home.
I'm excited to smoke a meatloaf.
Smoke a meat.
That's what I'm looking for.
You said smoke, and I was like, smoke. Oh, meatloaf. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just like, you don't smoke.
I'm not a smoker.
Don't start smoking now. You cough like a smoker, even though you don't smoke. Okay, guys. Well, we'll talk to you later, but hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and then stay safe out there, especially for my Midwest people out there that are dealing with storms. So have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
You